Hey guys, welcome back to another vlog where I show you guys what it's like running a plant store from home. We're going to be working on a big restock for my shop. I do a big restock about once a month, and then throughout the month I will do small little restocks weekly. So this technically is my August restock. Not really on time like how I usually do it, like the first of the month. I try to do my big restocks in the beginning of the month, but I was a little bit late on ordering the plants, so it's kind of like mid-month, almost end of month now. So I'm sorry about that, but thanks so much for being patient. So as you can see, we have a ton of plants in front of me. I have a very large box that I have on the floor as well. This box has 40 plants in it and it does weigh 45 pounds, and it cost me about $200 to get this shipped from Florida. I do purchase plants in wholesale only for my shop, and I do have a few different wholesalers at the moment, but this set of plants, they do come from Florida. They are not import plants at all. They are actually grown in Florida and they are really well taken care of. It is a beautiful greenhouse and they have never let me down. So they are definitely my main wholesaler. If you're interested in learning more about buying plants in wholesale for your business, definitely check out my last video. I did go into detail about how wholesale works as a business, what you need to get started, and the whole process and what to expect. So if you have any questions about wholesale, definitely check that video out. So with that, let's go ahead and start unboxing these plants. I ordered this shipment about, I think, almost 3 weeks ago. When I ordered it, it took them an additional 2 weeks to ship it out. I guess because they are busy. Usually they ship it out within the next following week, but they were shipped out on Monday. When I do shipping, I usually try to do UPS 2-day shipping with these big purchases just because I want them to arrive on time. So we're starting off with a collector plant. This is an alocasia. Look at this beautiful variegation. It is stunning. Sorry if it's a little hard to see. The plants are obviously packed really tightly, so they'll settle down in the next few days. Here's kind of a better look at it. It's a little difficult to show right now, but it is really pretty. The next one we have here, this is a Syndapsis, and this is what it's looking like. It is definitely a smaller specimen. Looks like it's in a 2-inch pot. It is really cute though. This is actually a Syndapsis that has been on my personal wish list for a while. So I'm excited that they finally have them for the shop. This one looks really good. It is a little crazy right now, so just bear with me. It is a beautiful Hoya, has a very nice silver color to it. It is trailing as well, which is always great. I know a lot of you guys like these trailing Hoyas. I did actually just get these in last week from my other wholesaler. They were nowhere near this size, so I wanted to go ahead and order a bigger version as well, just because we've never had this plant on the shop before. So I wanted to give some different options for that. This is Philodendron micans variegated. This is the yellow variegated one. So it has a really nice leaf here, a nice one back here as well. This one right here, this is actually Alocasia Jacqueline variegated. I have not seen this plant in person yet. I actually didn't really even know there was a variegated version of this. And as you can see, the leaves are beautiful. This is a very, very tiny plant. It definitely was corm grown. It looks like there's actually maybe 2 or 3 plants in here because they're so small. It is really pretty, you guys. I'm so excited for this one. We have this cute little Hoya here. You guys love this one so much, so I brought it back just because it is so popular. These ones are super cute. They are very easy to care for as well. Honestly, I find that Hoyas in general for me are just really easy. I treat them kind of all the same, but these ones do look really nice when they grow out and they become nice and bushy, and they're just super pretty when they sun stress. This is a Syngonium scrambled eggs, and this is what it looks like. This one is very pretty. It's a really nice Syngonium, also very easy care for it being a variegated plant. I did have this one and a lot of you guys were asking me to get some more, so that's what I did. This one here, this is a Anthurium. Look at how pretty this one is, and look at this beautiful red emergent leaf. I do have a Anthurium only wholesaler, but the last shipment that I had from them was really, really bad. I'll put the video up here in case you want to check that out. So I haven't ordered from them since, just because of that bad experience I had. I'm like still rehabbing those plants, which really suck. I don't know. I think I'm gonna wait until it cools down to order from them again. I just don't think that they do a good job at like packing. I definitely will try again, but if it happens again, I think I'm just gonna cut them. But this wholesaler does have Anthuriums, but it's not like their main thing. So whenever they do have them, I do try to get them, but they also have a lot of more high-end collector ones that are very expensive. And sometimes they just do not fit the demographic that I have for my store. So I will try my best to bring a few collectors one, but a lot of them I've learned that they kind of just sit on my shop. So I'm trying to just bring some more affordable ones instead. But But yeah, a lot of the like hybrid anthuriums and stuff like that, they are very expensive with this seller. That's why I was using a different seller for that. But after the last situation, I don't know if I really want to deal with them again. So this one I'm sure you guys are excited for. This is a Monstera Burrow Marks Flame. So the last time they had this on the list was like last year in November, and they were teeny tiny small. I was growing them out for such a long time. I'm still growing one of them out, and it's pretty much just a little bit bigger than this. They have grown super slow for me, so I did decide to sell one a few months ago. The other one, I'm still trying to grow it out so that I can see if it will fenestrate soon. It's just crazy to me how slow it's been growing. I don't know if that's just a thing with this plant, but anyway, they haven't had this plant since. And since I saw it on the list this time, I figured I would go ahead and get it. So this is what it currently looks like. No fenestrations, but still gonna be a fun plant to grow. And the good thing about this plant in general is that the price has dropped a lot on these. These were really expensive in the very beginning, but just like anything, the plant price of these have dropped. So definitely a little bit more affordable. So this one is new to the shop, and look at how beautiful this plant is, you guys. So it's gonna come on this wooden plank. This is a cedar plank, so it's not going to like rot in the soil mix. This is what it looks like. This is up close of the variegation. It is growing really nicely, growing straight up the plank. As it matures, the leaf shape will get bigger. That is what happens when you put a plant on like a plank or a moss pole. This is one of those plants that will do better on the plank, so the plank will be included for you to start off with. So here we have another Alocasia Jacqueline variegated. So this one is a little bit bigger than the other one. And as you can see in the front leaf right there, that is what the variegation is pretty much going to look like for these. Since it is a tiny plant, I'm assuming that it's going to probably push out a few non-variegated ones for a little bit. So I'm definitely impressed with the color of these guys. I hope that they keep the variegation. I might wait a little bit until they get a little bit bigger. Just want to make sure that it's stable before I sell it, and maybe make sure that it has enough fruits as well. This is a variegated anthurium. This one is really nice, and it's super different than other anthuriums, so it definitely will stand out. This is definitely for all of my anthurium collectors out there. This one is gorgeous. This is a Syngonium Chiapense variegated. So this is what this one is looking like. Very pretty variegation, a nice size as well. So it's in a 5-inch pot. It looks really good. I'm probably going to not cut this one at all and just leave it as it is. And I'm pretty sure I got at least one more. This one is a big one. This is definitely another Hoya Sarawak. And this is what this one is looking like. It also comes on the bamboo trellis, has some really big, beautiful leaves, as you can see here. Pretty tall as well, basically taking over the whole bamboo trellis. So this one I'm really excited for. So this is Anthurium King of Clarinurium. So it has a really pretty heart leaf shape, and it looks like this. These are obviously little seedlings, but when they get bigger, they are going to be super beautiful. It's in a 5-inch pot. However, part of me feels like it doesn't have that many roots, so we're definitely gonna have to check it out and see. Here we have another Anthurium. It has a very nice velvety texture to it as well. This one right here is the newest leaf, so it has sized up a bit since the last ones as well. So this one is a really big one. This is actually another Syngonium Chiapense variegated. This one's in a 6-inch pot. It looks like there is 2 plants in here, so I'm definitely going to be separating them. So we'll pretty much have a total of 3 of them. I might do one propagation on this one here, but here is all of the leaves. They are really pretty. So we have this one back here. It does have some damage on it, so it looks like they already cut it. We have a solid green one, which is sometimes pretty normal with the Chiapenses that we've been getting in. This beautiful one right here, this one, and then also this one. So definitely a really nice one. Like I said, there is 2 plants in here. That's why it looks really big. So this one is a Philodendron Florida Beauty. This is a tall one. So since this one is pretty tall already, just looking at it, I am going to definitely cut this one down, probably like right here. I do not enjoy shipping really large plants. I will try to avoid it if I can. It's just too expensive, and it is a pain in the butt to pack them. However, sometimes I just can't avoid it, so I will do it if I have to. But I try to stay between small and medium plants. However, I do end up getting some large ones sometimes. And as much as I would love to keep this one this size, probably not going to sell at this size size anyway, just because of how big it is and the cost. So sometimes it's just easier to just cut them down. So we have everybody's favorite, the Hoya Polynura Broguette Silver. The one thing I do love about these from this greenhouse is the size of them, but they are gorgeous. I know some of you guys are asking for the Albo variegated one as well. I haven't seen them sell that one yet, but if they do sell them in the future, I definitely will be getting those as well. This one is just such a pretty plant. It looks really nice and it's easy care too. And this is our last one. I think this is Philodendron Florida Beauty. A little bit on the tall side, so might end up doing some propagating in this one, but the color of both of the Florida Beauties is stunning. Very nice and stable variegation, as you can see. Beautiful yellow and green variegation. They are big leaves as well, not like super juvenile. I definitely feel that the Florida Beauty is just one of those variegated plants you just have to have. They are just so beautiful. So let me know some of your favorite plants out of the shipment was in the comments. We have some really fun plants and some new plants that we've never had before. So I am very excited to get these on the shop. For tonight, I'm going to just leave these in here. Usually I will just keep them in these bins and I'll keep them underneath of my ceiling fan just to help dry them out a little bit so it's a little easier for me to repot them. And then what I always do when I get new plants in is I pest treat them. So I am going to spray them down with this pest spray here. This is just the insecticidal soap by Garden Safe. You can find this on Amazon. I always spray them down first as soon as I get them, and then I will spray them down again after I repot them and then just clean them up. You should always be pest treating your plants no matter where you get them from, business customers or regular customers. You should definitely be pest treating your plants because you just never know what could be on there. There could be little hitchhikers on there or something. I will see you guys in probably like a day or two so that we can repot all these plants. It's Friday night and I did just finish work, and so I want to go ahead and repot these plants while I still have some energy. I would like to get the repotting done today, and then Saturday, tomorrow, I would like to clean them up, get their labels done, and get the pictures done for the actual product listings. I did restock this Thursday, so I'm still getting orders for that, so I want to make sure that I am freed up on Sunday just for order packing. So I do always repot any type of plants I get in wholesale just to like check their roots and stuff. There is a couple roots in here that definitely do have root rot. So this first one is a great example as to why I check the roots. If it's like super root bound, I won't fiddle with it too much, but usually it just falls off because a lot of the time the greenhouses will just plop them in really large pots and kind of go from there. So all these like darkish red ones here, if you can see them, they look like that. They actually are rotted. I'm just gonna trim them since they're already dead. So even though it looked like it had a lot of roots, this is where we're at now. Usually when I am doing this, I will usually have a different container for the plants that I know are not ready yet. So this is going to be one of those plants that we're gonna wait on, probably wait like another 2 weeks before I put it up, just so that we can make sure that it's growing some nice healthy roots. But getting some root rot here and there isn't that bad. As long as like all of your plants aren't rotted, it's not that bad. Usually when I'm doing this, I have headphones on or I'm like watching a Twitch stream or something like that. So that's why you don't usually see me like full front camera while I'm doing this, and I usually have the camera tilted down. It's just because like I don't like to get all like dressed up and cute and stuff while I'm repotting plants because I get like so dirty and stuff like that. So I hope you guys understand the reason why I tilt the camera down. Just some days you just don't want your face to be on camera, especially when you have to repot 40 plants in a row. So they're all gonna get a new pot, and since having the clear pot, it will let me know when the plant's roots are growing nice and healthy, because then I'll be able to see it, and that's how I usually determine when the plant is ready to go. So yeah, I'm just gonna put that one aside since I know it's not ready. And then anytime I get plants, the old pots, I just make a Facebook marketplace listing and I will just list these for free and people will just come and get them. As you can see, this one looks way better. I'm just checking to see if there's any root rot. I see like a few pieces on it, but nothing too crazy. And since it's pretty rooted, I usually will leave it like this, and then I will just put it in a new pot and then give it some fresh potting mix as well. So yeah, that is really the process. process. I don't actually see this taking me long at all for this round of plants because they are kind of small to medium size. And the potting mix that they are usually in is some type of aeroid mix. So I kind of don't have to do too much with it. I usually will leave it intact for the most part. But yeah, it is still super important for me to check the roots because as you guys saw, there was a lot of root rot in that one plant. So we want to make sure that we don't have any more root rot or anything like unexpected like mesh plugs in there and stuff like that. So, and then just put it back in the container and move on. So yeah, I'm gonna put my headphones on, listen to some music, and then when I'm done, I will water the plants and clean up my studio tonight. And I will connect with you guys after I am done. I just finished with the repot. That actually took me not a long time at all because all the plants are pretty small. So it was super easy and super quick. Sometimes the repot can take me not too long and sometimes it could take a really long time depending on, you know, like how many plants I have. The good thing about this greenhouse is that majority of their stuff does come in that aeroid mix. So I don't really have to do too much besides just give an overall quick look. And like usually I would just upsize the pot for them. I did take a couple of propagations, which are right here. Mostly Florida Beauties. So let me show you guys what I took because we're going to pot these up. So I have a few Florida Beauty props. I have this one, this guy, and then this one here. Just because the two Florida Beauties we got, they are just too tall for shipping. If a plant sits too long on the shop and it gets bigger and bigger, I will end up taking it off and cutting it down. I took 2 cuttings of the Hoya Polynura Brogette Silver because that one was a little bit leggy, so I just cut it in between. So we have this little guy and this one. I took 1 little cutting of this Syndapsis here just because it was a little taller. The Syndapsis, both of them, they are super small anyway, so I wasn't going to put them right on the shop just because of how tiny they are. It had 1 singular root. That is just not enough for me to put something on the shop. Those plants, I will show you guys in a second, the ones that I'm not putting up right away. It's just because they don't have enough roots, so since I wasn't putting it up anyway, I might as well go ahead and take a propagation and get this one going because it does have 3 current leaves. It has 1 on the way, and before you know it, it'll be completely rooted, so then I can just sell it for later. So let's talk about the philodendron micans. These ones actually kind of like pissed me off. So I did take a few propagations of it, which I did mention that I was going to do. For some reason, they were like tucked in the pot, so like you couldn't really see them. They were just like a lot of stem and like no leaf, so they honestly just didn't look good at all. And guess what? They didn't really have that much roots anyway, so might as well just cut it. I did take this one here. It is a 2-leafer. This leaf is not variegated, so I left it as 2 just to see what the next one does. And then we have these 2 guys here, so we'll just see what they do. Honestly, not impressed with them. And then I have this little teeny tiny offshoot of one of the Alocasia variegated. It is so flimsy and floppy right now because I did take a little bit of a break between filming. These have kind of just been sitting here with no water, so I need to get in something like ASAP. So yeah, we have those that we're going to pot up in a mixture of stratum and perlite. And then this tray right here, this is the tray of things that aren't going up right away because they don't have enough roots. The one Alocasia Jacqueline variegated, it did have 3 plants in it, but none of them are big enough to be sold. They literally all have no roots, so I just separated them into their own. So we have this one, and then we have these 2. As you can see, the one on the left is super small, so not ready to be sold. And pretty much the same thing for all of them, just not enough roots. So have this anthurium here. Surprisingly, this one had no roots, but the other one was fully rooted, so I don't really understand that. Here's those Syndapsis that I was saying earlier. And then here is this mess of this philodendron micans here. Look at the way that it's growing. It's just not looking good. I think I'm probably gonna cut it later, but for now I just stuck it in here because the bottom did have a little bit of roots, so I didn't want to just completely abandon the roots that it had, so I did pot it in the potting mix. Here's the other Alocasia Jacqueline variegated. We have the scrambled eggs, which I talked about in the beginning. It had root rot. So with these guys, I am going to stick them in the prop bin, and then same thing with these guys. When we pot them up, they're gonna go in the prop bin as well. My prop bins literally are just big clear containers like these, just really big ones, and I just put all the plants in there that are rehabs or props, and I will put the lid on it and I'll just leave them under a grow light and leave them alone. So that is how I handle all the propagations that are like in the growing phase. For these guys, we're gonna be using these clear cups that I have, but I will be mixing perlite and stratum together just because I'm getting a little low on my stratum. I need to order some more. So mixing them together, it will just allow me to like not run through this so fast. So let's quickly do this, and then all I have to do is water the plants and we'll be done for today. Happy Saturday, everybody. Today we are going to be doing more plant chores. We're going to be cleaning up the plants, getting them ready for the restock. Each plant's leaves are going to be wiped down front and back just to clean up some of this extra dirt and dust that they have on them. I like to use a microfiber cloth. You can get these literally anywhere, the dollar store, Amazon. And then the solution that I always use is a mixture of neem oil concentrate, water, and dish soap. If you're not familiar with neem oil concentrate, this is what it looks like. It is different than the pre-mixed neem oil that you buy in the spray bottle. It's not the same. I will have this one linked in my Amazon favorites so that you guys can check it out. On the packaging, it tells you exactly how to use it and exactly how to mix it, but essentially you just need to mix this with water and some type of mild dish soap and you will get a nice solution. So yeah, I don't think it matters too much what type of dish soap that you use, but I use Dawn. And then I've had the spray bottle forever. It is just one that comes with a pump on the top. You just press it like that. I'll leave a similar one in my Amazon if you're looking for something like this, but I did get that at a garden center a few years ago. I know we have some new people here, so I'm sorry if this seems repetitive for the people that have been here, but I just like to explain what I'm doing for anyone that is brand new. Each plant gets a label with their name and the number of the plant because I don't do grower's choice when it comes to the regular shop plant. So you are able to choose between different types of plants on the shop and make your decision like that. I just prefer that so much better. That works great for me since I am a smaller scale shop. If you are somebody who is like a greenhouse and you have hundreds of the same plant, that's kind of when grower's choice becomes the priority. There's no point in listing 100 of the same type of plant and having somebody pick between them. It's just easier to do it like that. Since I only get like 2 to 4 of the same type of plant, it's just better for me to you know, let you guys pick it out. These are the ones that aren't ready to go right away, but I'm still going to do the process for them too, so that when they are ready, we can just put them directly on the shop. And then same thing with the propagations. The reason I pot them up like this is because it is just easy to move them from the propagation shelf to the shop, and I can ship them just like this. And that's why I really love the stratum and perlite mix, because I can ship it with no issues. It's a nice easy transition from the prop shelf to the actual shop shelves, and it works great for me with the shipping and everything like that. So let's go ahead and get started. And also today we have Cookie joining us. She loves being in the plant room. You guys have seen her before. I haven't shown any of the cats in a really long time. That's because I usually keep the door shut in here because they get crazy. I was going to sit and do this today because I'm feeling a little bit tired, but somebody's occupying my chair. And normally whenever I do any type of plant chores, I usually do stand. That's why I have this rising desk here. But standing is actually my preferred way to do stuff. So that's why you usually see me standing. So these labels that I showed you guys earlier, these ones I made on my computer and I printed them out using my thermal printer, and then I'll just stick them on the pot on the side. And then on top of it, I will put another sticker. I know it's so silly, but I'll put another sticker that has the actual plant name on it. And I print them out using this little Bluetooth printer here. It just connects to your phone, and then I can type it in like that, and then you just print it and it comes right out like that. And then this is what it will look like, and I'll just stick it on there like that. Yes, it's kind of like dumb that I made them like this first, but I have so many of these that I need to use them. So once I'm finally finished with these, I'm probably just going to find other labels that fit this printer where I can have the name and then my shop name underneath. These little labels are just a little too small, so I think that they make slightly bigger ones, so I'll probably do that in the future. The reason I don't print the name on this specific one here is because I have to make these on the computer using Canva, and it's just not a fast process to do every single one and then print it. It just will take too long. To save time, I like to just print out all the names first. So I'm just gonna do that really quick off camera, and then we can just get to cleaning up the plants. Today's Sunday is our packing day, and we have quite a few orders this week, so thank you guys all so much. I seriously appreciate it. This week was the first announcement of the mystery boxes, and we did sell a few of those, so I'm super excited to box those up for you guys. The mystery box is a flat fee of $65.99, and that includes 2 fully established 4-inch potted plants, and that also does include the shipping cost, so there is no additional charge if you decide to get a regular plant off the shop or anything else and then add the mystery box. There are only certain types of plants that I will have in the mystery box, and I do give you the option to select some plants that you are not interested in. But if you say that you're not interested in everything and you're only interested in anthurium, I just don't think that is fair, because this is a mixed mystery box and it does include different types of genus of plants, and I will do my best to accommodate you as best as I can, but it's not always going to be the case because they are mystery boxes, and that is the point. So we did sell a couple of those, but let me show you guys all of the plants that sold this week, including the mystery boxes. I'm not going to share which ones are mystery box plants because that kind of gives it away. We did sell a lot of plant accessories as well. I'm going to just skip over those because you guys already know what that stuff is, like potting mixes, plant pots, trellises, display cases, all that stuff. So let me show you guys all the plants. 3 Florida Ghosts. We have this one right here, and then we have this one, and we also have this one here. We have 2 Philodendron Gloriosa. We have this one, And then we also have this guy here. So we have this philodendron Billy here. We have 3 Anthurium viridifolium. We have this one here, and also this one here. Hoya croniana silver, Monstera siltivacana, philodendron Florida Beauty. This one is a propagation. Philodendron white princess, philodendron tortum, Hoya caudata. Then we also sold 4 of these alocasia. These are the alocasia dragon breath. We have this big guy in the front, we have this one over here, this one, and also this one. So these ones are super popular and they are all gone now. Good to know that a lot of you guys were interested in these, I guess because we've never had them and they are a really good size. I have about 20 something plants to pack today. It's currently 11:30 a.m. I'll let you know what time I finish. Packing plants definitely does take a little while. It is definitely something that you need to have the time to do so. That's why I like to do it on Sunday. It would be impossible for me to pack these and ship them all on the same day. Like tomorrow, it would be impossible. So that's why I do it the day before. But yeah, I am also going to go live on TikTok. Not gonna lie to you guys, I am so nervous. I did go live about 2 weeks ago for the first time on TikTok. I was very nervous, but I did it. I was gonna do it last week, but the nerves got the best of me, so I didn't do it. But I got my tripod here and we're gonna do it today. I gotta like get over the fear. I don't know why I'm so nervous to do a live stream like that, but I need to get over it because I told you guys I'm gonna go live on YouTube for you guys on Patreon, so I need to get over my fear. So I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. I was having so many technical difficulties while trying to stream on TikTok that after about an hour, I just decided to stop. I was also super nervous because I was getting a lot of random people in the stream, which I understand is the whole purpose of TikTok live streaming, is that random people can kind of just pop in and out. It was making me very nervous and uncomfortable, and I just felt really defeated after the first hour, so I just stopped. I took a little bit of a break in between and then collected my thoughts and decided, how about I just go live on YouTube instead, kind of just out of nowhere. And it ended up being such a great experience. You guys really did come through for me considering I didn't announce it at all. Thanks so much to everybody who showed up unannounced like that. I really appreciate it. And thanks to everybody for watching back the live as well. It was a lot of fun and I felt so much more comfortable with you guys, so thank you so much. Definitely will try TikTok streaming again in the future, but I think for now I feel more comfortable doing it on YouTube instead. So stay tuned because on Sundays I think I'm going to do the live streams here on YouTube instead, and I will definitely give you guys more of a heads up on Saturday, letting you guys know I'll be live on Sunday mornings. Thank you guys again for watching today's video, and thanks to everybody who popped in the live stream. I will see you guys next week. Bye!